Hello everyone. The Irish Fiscal Advisory Council has come out with a report to state that Ireland is 25% behind many high earning countries in terms of infrastructure. Surprise, surprise, we've seen a huge shortfall in terms of what's going on in Irish society and pressure on basic services in terms of housing. We've seen huge pressure on the energy sector as well, and many more pressures in Irish society. But of course, the IFAC has now stated what everybody abundantly knows is clear. And they've come out and said that 68,000 homes are needed per year. Now already the Economic Social Research Institute has stated that we're about 253,000 homes of a shortfall at the moment. Now currently about 33,000 houses are being built in Irish society. But now the agenda is to ramp up supply. And they estimate that population will grow by 10% over the coming years. This is a huge increase in population. We've seen the pressure on services because of a huge increase in Irish population, for instance, with the immigration chaos and over 140,000 people that have come into Ireland in the last year. And as well, it is important because they're looking for more workers. Now this is part of the agenda again, because currently there's 170,000 workers employed in the construction sector, and their intention is to get another 80,000 workers. So cue cheap labour, cue getting foreign imported labour in at cheaper rates as well, rather than years and years of underinvestment in basic services in Ireland. And we've seen that with the housing sector. We've seen that in terms of councils directly employing people, a young generation being forced to emigrate because they've seen no future in Ireland. But again, now the plan is now, after the financial crash, open the door to the vulture funds to come into Ireland, to the National Asset Management Agency, which opened the door to the vulture funds as well, where all the developers were bailed out, bankers were bailed out, bondholders were bailed out, and ordinary people were the ones that suffered as well, rather than stand up and actually build the infrastructure we needed when we needed to do it back a number of years ago. But of course, it was always an avenue to make money for people. And now the same will be used with the IFAC report to state they need more development, they need more investors to come in, international money will flow into Dublin, and extortionate rents will be charged to more and more people in Dublin and right across Ireland, like we have down along the banks of the Liffey. Just in the distance there you see the Capital Dock, owned by vulture capitalist Kennedy Wilson, based in Beverly Hills. All invited here because of Michael Noonan and all the meetings he had, over 100 meetings with vulture funds. Of course, big lobbyists that brought the international money in, and as Enda Kenny said, Ireland was a great little country to do business in. Well, the opportunity is there, and it will present itself again with the policies of the Irish government and successive governments that have led to the crises we have, where we have a multitude of people dying on the streets. 40 people already have died in the streets of Dublin this year. Also, we have a huge homeless crisis, nearly 15,000 people in so-called emergency accommodation. Of that, there's over 4,500 children, not to mention the 300,000 people that are deemed to be couch surfers, and not to mention the thousands upon thousands of people that are leaving our shores every single week to be substituted with cheap labour coming in that benefits the big profits of the big oligarchs and the big developers and the vulture funds. And this is what Irish society works for. It's a corrupt corporate state that works for the very rich in Irish society, the corporate elite. That's who the Irish government and successive governments have always represented. So the veil should be pulled and the rug should be pulled from right underneath them to expose who exactly they represent every single time, while people suffer and die because of their policies. Thanks for the support of my videos. Please press subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care. Thanks.